Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So a quick post-fight review for Kash Farooq versus Alexander Espinoza. First and foremost, I have to say, this was a great fight. A really good display by both guys. Both guys came to scrap. And yeah, all in all, it was a really fun fight. But at the end of the day, it was Kash Farooq who got the unanimous decision victory in this fight, and rightly so. And I think the judges' scorecards in this fight reflected that it was competitive. I think one card was 97-95, the other was 97-94, and the other was 97-93. So all of the scorecards were relatively competitive, and that summed up what type of fight this was. I felt for the first sort of 6 rounds or so, Kash Farooq was the guy in control. He was the guy taking the fight to Alexander Espinoza, working on the inside, displaying a greater work rate, landing those left hooks to body and head, the uppercuts through the middle, and I felt in the first half of this fight, Kash Farooq was displaying some real good inside fighting skills. You know, for example, he was doing very well at kind of smothering Espinoza while keeping a hand free so he could work. Other times he would kind of flurry on the inside and quickly take a step to close that gap and neutralise Espinoza. He was always first to the punch on the inside for the most part. Occasionally Espinoza was getting through with left hooks to body and head, but on the inside in the first 6-7 rounds, Kash Farooq really was in control. And, you know, even on the outside he was landing some nice right hand counters and some nice jabs as well. Espinoza, in the first 6 or 7 rounds, he was very competitive, but ultimately I felt his punch output wasn't keeping up with Kash Farooq. Again, he was landing some decent stuff from the outside, a decent jab, decent straight right hand. I think the key for Espinoza early on was actually trying to box long and keep it longer and keep it at distance, to be honest, because when he was doing that, he was landing the odd shot here and there, but he could never really deter Kash Farooq coming forwards. However, after like the 7th round, this fight really got interesting. Espinoza started to have a lot more success. As this fight went on, you could see the right hand of Kash Farooq start to drop, and that basically led to Espinoza landing a lot more left hooks. And in the last 3 rounds of his fight, Espinoza landed quite a lot of left hooks to the head. And in the last 3 rounds in general, Espinoza was starting to actually push Kash Farooq back. He was starting to really hammer home with some big hard shots, and he was making it a real hard end to this fight. For Kash Farooq, I would say Espinoza won at least 2 of the last 3 rounds, to be honest with you. So yeah, he finished this fight really strongly, and he really gave Kash Farooq a hard time towards the end of this fight. Kash Farooq, after the 7th round, really did slow down. I'm not sure whether that was a gas tank issue, because I've never really seen Kash Farooq gas in the past. Maybe he did gas in this fight, but I've not seen it previously. The commentary team was speculating whether it was the head clash at the end of round 8, which Kash Farooq certainly felt, to be honest. Maybe that actually put him out of his stride and he was a bit buzzed up from it, I'm not sure. But, you know, Kash Farooq certainly finished this fight slowly in the last sort of 3 rounds or so. And yeah, all in all, it was a really good fight in my opinion. And Kash Farooq at the end of this fight was bloodied up. He had a cut over one of his eyes, you know, a bit of bruising here and there. So Espinoza really put him through a hard fight. So credit to Espinoza. And Espinoza, by the way, showed a real good chin. He was taking some titanic shots in this fight. There was one moment, I believe, in round 9 where Kash Farooq was boxing on the back foot. Espinoza was pressuring, and all of a sudden Kash Farooq set his feet and exploded with a counter left hook which caught Espinoza bang on the chin. Espinoza basically walked right into it. The replay clearly showed he took it flush, and you know, the fact he took that shot and kept on coming is testament to his toughness. You know, he took some real hard shots in this fight, but he kept on coming back, he kept on pressuring, and yeah, he made it a good fight. But I think this fight showed that Kash Farooq has some real ability, especially on the inside. He's got some nice moves, some nice head movement, some great combinations up close, great punch variety as well, nice punch technique. Kash Farooq has a lot of talent, but still there's a long way to go with him. But he's certainly a guy to watch out for, and I certainly want to see him fight again. I mean, I still want to see that rematch between Lee McGregor and Kash Farooq. One thing I will say in regards to that potential fight, Since that first fight, I felt Kash Farooq won that first fight just about. Super close, but I felt Farooq won it. However, from what I've seen of both guys since that, to me Lee McGregor seems to have improved, whereas maybe Kash Farooq has stayed around the same level. So going into that potential rematch, I might be favouring Lee McGregor, to be honest. But nevertheless, Kash Farooq is still a very good talent. And if he can't get that fight with Lee McGregor next, maybe someone like Paul Butler would be a good fight for Kash Farooq. Maybe someone like Rashi Warren, former world champion. These are the sort of guys I want to see Kash Farooq fight next. But anyway, share your thoughts below. What did you make of this fight? Peace.